Hey guys, Aaron here. Welcome back to the garage. Today I'm going to be doing an oil change on a BMW E46. Specifically, this is the 330 Ci convertible. So these are all the tools you need for the job. It's really simple. You're going to want a torque wrench. You're going to want a ratchet probably, and a couple sockets. One is a 36 millimeter to get the oil filter cover off, and then a 13 millimeter to remove the drain plug. And having a little pick like this is going to be very handy to help you replace the little seals around the oil filter. This is the project car sponsored by Rio Toro. It will be given away to one of the subscribers on the channel. So if you're not subscribed already, please do so. Parts are going to be supplied by ECS Tuning today. Well, they gave me a discount on them so that I could do this oil change as part of this video series. You're gonna wanna have 7 liters of oil because the car will take 6.5. So this is what they sent me, the BMW original stuff. And this is the filter you're gonna want, the original man. So an oil change on this car is pretty much the same for almost any BMW. So I'm gonna start at the top. Your oil filter is almost always on the top and inside, something like this. So we're gonna start by removing that cap. Now I'm gonna start there because I have a 2-post lift and I just used the lift for the first time yesterday to change the oil on my M4, and I realized that if I lift the car and drain the oil first, then I gotta lower it back down to get to this. So if you're just using conventional jacks, you can drain the oil from the bottom first and then come up here and remove that and drain the rest that is inside the oil filter. So the one thing that is different than a lot of BMWs is most of my other ones, I can use something like this to fit over and do it. And apparently they probably make one for this because there are some grooves in it, but it is even larger than the one that I have. And what you're supposed to do is on the top, you use a 36 millimeter socket, which is a giant one. Yeah, I didn't think I had one at first, but I found it, so it fits right on here. And the nice thing is when you replace it, it tells you that it is 25 Newton meters to torque it back on. For cleanliness, I do like to have some gloves and some shop towels on hand just for spilled oil that will inevitably happen. All right, just break the seal on this guy. Oh, man, holy cow. Woo. Yeah. Somebody over-torqued this guy, and who knows when the last time the oil was changed in this thing. It has over 200,000 miles on it. All right, at some point, you should just be able to go the rest of the way by hand. I want to lift this thing straight up very slowly because the filter will be full of oil. And I want that to drain down into here, not down underneath the rest of the car. You can see it's gonna come out of here for a bit. So you can slyly flip it upside down and take it over somewhere and drop it off. So I'm using this thing under the car to catch all of the oil. Super convenient. It's got this material in here to catch any particles but let the oil go down. Okay, now we're just gonna remove the filter. It is just held on by pressure. So you're gonna pull it out of this assembly, which is easier than said than done sometimes. Damn it. Wow, I've never had one this stuck. Okay, got these apart, so just set this one down, let it drain. And as you can see on the tip of this, there are 2 little rubber O-rings that we're gonna replace, and then a large one that goes around the outside thread of this. So inside the kit for your oil, you should have a crush washer that goes for the drain plug and your other replaceable washers. This one only comes with the large black one for some reason, so I'm missing the 2 smaller ones. So the way I like to remove them all is with this little pick. I used to try to do this by hand and it was so difficult and annoying, but with a little pick, you can just grab it and pull them straight off. It makes it so much easier. And when you get the new one, you're gonna see that it's kind of dry. So you're gonna rub some oil on it so that when you're screwing it back down, it does not bind, but it slides on nicely and gives you a good seal. I just use old oil because it's all over the place and a lot easier. So you're just gonna line this back up in the groove and work it around. And make sure that it is seated all the way around and not over some of the threads. And you're gonna wanna do the same thing with these two. Use a pick, pull them off and replace them. And your new filter, it doesn't matter which direction you do it. I always put the printing on the outside just because I'm weird. But you just push it back on and it'll stop at one point, and then you have to keep pressing until it snaps to a second place. And that's when you know it is on there firmly. One important step that I always take when changing the oil on any of my vehicles is to pull these pleats apart and look inside to see if there are any plastic or metal bits or shavings or anything that might indicate major engine problems. And luckily, this one is completely clear of any foreign objects, so that's a good sign. All right, to put this back on, just press it down and start by hand to make sure you're not cross-threading it, and then we're going to torque it down to 25 Newton meters, or that is 18.44 foot-pounds, since that's what my torque wrench uses. So you're gonna see that that's not really a lot, and you also wanna keep an eye on that little rubber gasket that we put in here, just to make sure that it's not pinching or binding and that it's going all the way inside the housing. So it's still fairly easy to turn, getting a little bit of resistance. And there we go. That is as tight as you need it. So before we remove the drain bolt below, I like to take the fill cap off just so that it will flow out faster. So this just twists off, and last time I took this off, I cleaned around the seal here just to make sure there's a nice seal. Now for the fun part, especially if you have a two-post lift, we're gonna go under the car. Okay, so this is underneath. This is the front of the car. That's the rear of the car. So this is your engine oil pan where all of the engine oil comes down to, and this is the drain bolts that we're gonna remove to drain the oil. And as you can see, this car is leaking oil. So that's gonna be another future project to fix an oil leak. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, and you can see all of the upcoming projects on this car. So the drain bolt is 13 millimeters, so I'm just going to remove it and let it drain into our big catch can here. Man. This is why I do my own stuff, so that it's torqued correctly. So once they get to the point where I can turn them by hand, I always apply inward pressure so that when the threads finally come all the way apart, the oil will be kept in by me pressing the bolt against the hole, like right now, and then pull it away. Let your oil drain, and on here there is a little crush washer. So I'm gonna get rid of that and replace it with the crush washer that came in our kit. And now I'll just let it drain for probably 10 to 15 minutes just to make sure everything comes out. So eventually the oil is going to slow to a little tiny trickle like this. I just let it go a little bit longer until it's just doing one drop at a time. Okay, so once it gets to a drip like this, I usually lose my patience waiting for it. And I go ahead and make sure you have your new crush washer on the bolt, and just tighten it by hand, and it will stop the dripping. And then I always take a rag and make sure that your car is cleaner than when you started the project. So I'm just gonna wipe off all the oil that I can see anywhere around here. And the other benefit of that, other than it just being pretty and clean and nice for your car, is that if you come back the next day and you see oil around here, you're gonna know that it's fresh oil and you have introduced a leak, or it'll be easier to help you pinpoint where your leak is coming from. And then take your torque wrench, and this goes to 18 foot-pounds. All right, one last little cleanup. Back on the top side of the car now, we just have to fill it up with oil. I am a sissy, so I use a funnel. So I'm just gonna start busting into these bottles, and I'm gonna put 6.5 of them in here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.5. Boop. Remove funnel, screw on cap, and oil change complete. Now, in case you didn't know, you have a dipstick right here that will help you to check the level of your oil. So you can see that it has, let me wipe it off here, broken up into 3 little sections here, and this middle section is where you want it to be. If it's up here, you have too much oil. If it's only down here, you don't have enough oil. But before you check it after an oil change, what you want to do is drive it around for a while, get it up to temperature, and then let it sit on a level surface for 5 minutes. That'll let the oil drain back out of the moving engine parts into the pan where you can measure it accurately. So if I were to measure it right now, it would probably look a little low, even if it was correct. So I'm gonna you gotta drive it around, then come back, check this. You want the oil to be right here in the middle. All right, so this is where you want it to be. You can see that that center part is shiny because it has oil on it, and the top part is still dull, no oil up there. So now your engine oil is at the right level. All right, after you change your oil, you're gonna wanna reset your service light indicator. So it's going to, if you put the key in the ignition and turn it 1 click to position 1, it's gonna come on and tell you how many more miles until your oil service. So this says that I could still go 13,000 more miles before an oil service. But since I had no idea when the last time the oil was changed, or if that is correct, I went ahead and changed the oil. So to perform the reset, you're actually going to hold this button in here that usually resets your trip odometer thing for 5 seconds. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then switch it to position 1, and it says test there in the left. I'm holding it in still until it brings up the oil service. Now I'm gonna let go, and it says reset. So if I wanna reset, I'm gonna hold the button again 1 more time for another several seconds, and then the reset is flashing. And now it says that 15,525 more miles to go. And when it says end, it is done with the reset. So we are now reset, and I don't know why BMW recommends that weird mileage amount. I change the oil on all my cars at 5,000 miles because if you want to keep your car, that's the most important thing to do, is to change your oil regularly and use good oils. So I'll make sure to have a link in the description of how you can win this car right here. Go ahead and sign up for that. Subscribe to the channel. Hope you guys found this helpful. Please give the video a thumbs up, and I will see you on the next video.